We are officially live. What is going on, everybody? Julian Sherman here, coming to you live from my apartment / home office here in Miami, Florida. If you're just tuning into the web class, we are live. Go ahead and let me know in the chat where you guys are from. Keep in mind that there is about a 30 to 45 second delay from when I talk to when you see it. But we're going to get started in just 2 minutes here. Just go ahead and let me know in the chat where you guys are from. I'm coming to you here from Miami. We get people from all over the world. So super excited. Make sure you go ahead to the chat roll. If you're on your phone, it should be under the video. If you're on desktop, it should be to the right. And make sure you go ahead and sign in with Facebook. Don't worry, it's not going to post to your Facebook or anything, but it's going to allow you to communicate with us throughout this web class because I want to get your feedback. I want to ask you questions. And this isn't one of those boring type things like a classroom. You know, this is an interactive experience. And I'm super excited to see where everybody's coming in from. So let me know in the chat where you guys are coming in from. And we're going to get this started in just a minute here. Super excited. Super excited to share with you this information, this skill set, this training that has not only allowed me to go from being, and I'll share a little bit about my story in a minute, but not only to go from being a broke personal trainer, making $10 an hour in the ghetto of Philadelphia, you know, not having any clue what I was going to do with my life, having so much drive and passion, but no direction to do that, to be able to earn multiple six figures a year online. But not only that, this same training web class, and you're going to hear from some people in a moment who've gone through this class and some of the results they got, but this same class has allowed over, oh, hey, Kate, if you could just mute out to the end. Thank you very much. This same training has allowed not only hundreds of people to quit their jobs, but over 65 people just in the past 2 years have earned six figures. So let me go to the chat and just see what everybody's saying. Awesome. Awesome. We got people from all over. What's up, Angela? Like I said, guys, go ahead and let us know in the chat where you guys are tuning in from. And I'm going to go ahead and get this thing started. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and go right into the presentation. Let me know if you guys can see my screen here. We're going to go ahead and get started. Awesome. So welcome to the web class. Super excited to share this with you. Let's get right into it. I want to respect your time. You guys took the time out of your busy days to be here. So I'm super excited to share this information to you. So welcome and thank you for being here. So what we're going to cover tonight is over the next 30 to 45 minutes, I'm going to keep this tight. I don't like those boring things where it's a bunch of information and people are overwhelmed. What we're going to cover over the next 30 to 45 minutes, I'm going to outline for you a very simple process that isn't taught in any traditional business school, but has enabled me to create a consistent, stable income online without any previous experience. Like I said, I was a broke personal trainer, never had business experience, and as well as I'm going to show you not only and how you can not only understand the massive opportunity that's sitting at each of our fingertips, but how you can actually get the same simple process up and running in 24 hours or less so that you can start to enjoy the benefits of this new age digital economy for yourself. So my personal guarantee, I guarantee that if you stop everything, you know, you can't make guarantees here and there, but I guarantee that if you stop everything that you're doing, you focus, you really listen, and you pay attention to the principles and lessons I'm about to share. I mean, really pay attention to the words that are coming out of my mouth right now, that you will not only have a clear understanding of how average people just like you and me are able to generate a consistent full-time income online, but how you can apply this information for yourself. So let's get right into it. So what makes this different? You know, let me ask you a question. Let me know in the chat. When you go to Amazon and you go to purchase something, what do you look for before you purchase? Let me know in the chat. And again, like I said, there's about a 30 to 45 second delay, but what do you do when you go to purchase something on Amazon? I can speak for myself, but when I purchase anything on Amazon, I look at the reviews. I look at the reviews. If a product I'm looking at looks really good, but it has a 1-star review, I'm not going to buy that product. But if the product has 5 stars and a bunch of people saying it's a great product, I'm going to buy that product. So what makes this different? right before we dive into the education and the stuff that we're going to go into, I'm going to show you a quick little 3-minute video so that you can hear from our students who went through our last web class. So keep in mind that I'm going to play this video. It might come a little distorted on your end, but just bear with me. It's about 3 or 4 minutes. And these are some of the students who went through our last web class. So I'm going to move the microphone over here and get this started.
I have some really exciting news to share. Where do I even start? Hey there, I'm Kara.
Hey, it's Richard Forbes here.
Natalie here. I was just stuck in the monotony of life, and I really wanted something completely different.
That was my life. I went to work, I came home.
I had a newborn baby boy and a 2.5-year-old.
Same thing every day kind of thing.
6 months ago, I was working at a job I really hated.
Really, the only time I got to spend with them was through FaceTime, through the screen of my iPhone, right?
I just can't picture myself being an electrician for the next 25 years.
We were living for the weekend. We did the 9 to 5.
As the economy took a downturn, I found myself working 2 jobs to supplement the income that I had been making before, just to be able to pay my bills. I'm still living paycheck to paycheck.
I went to university. I got the business degree. You know, I started creating business plans, and none of them worked.
On the outside, it looked like I had everything. You know, I worked for a medical device company.
I was doing everything I thought I needed to do, and I just wasn't creating what I wanted to create.
I didn't feel fulfilled, and I wasn't happy, and I didn't feel valued.
I had enough. And I thought to myself, there has to be more to this, like more to life.
And that's I worked 60 hours a week.
At the time I was working full-time at the hospital as an EMT, and in order for me to, make more money, it was going to require me to go back to school, and that just wasn't an option. My family was growing faster than my income, and I had to do something about it. So
I wanted to be able to just give my kids a life that they deserved.
I've been in this community for about 10 months now.
So I took a chance. I took a chance on Global Affiliate Zone.
When I first started, I had no experience in online marketing. I had no experience in the tech side of things either.
I got into this with no prior experience.
I ended up replacing one of our corporate incomes in about 3 months. Both corporate incomes in about 4 months. And we're just about down our end of our 5th month, and we pretty much doubled. We were both making our corporate jobs in Calgary. In like the last 10 days, we've made over 5 figures. So things are starting to get exciting.
I'm 8 months in now, and I'm pulling in $15,000 each month.
I've only been in for about a month, and I've already had like 7 new team members get started. I've already had a $1,000 a week.
Absolutely transformational. Now I'm able to be at home with my 2 young boys and just spend time to be there with them, right? With my boys, with my wife.
It feels like home. It's the community that I'm working with is so supportive and so encouraging, and everyone just is there to help each other out.
The ability to learn these skill sets and to be able to develop myself, develop the confidence, be the person that I was looking to be. This is it. This is what I've been looking for the past 15 years.
I've never seen so many amazing success stories come out of a community before.
I have got more personal development from this community, from training in the last 5.5 months that I have in my entire life. That's the thing. They want you to thrive. They want you to grow.
And it really gives me a purpose in life, a purpose that I never had working for somebody else and just being a number.
When you have leaders and mentors that are always taking you to the next level, seriously, this is one of the best opportunities that ever came across.
It changed my life, and it certainly could change yours too. I'm truly, truly grateful.
Yes, so I just really appreciate this community for the way it's changed my life.
We're just super grateful to be a part of this community, and can't wait to see what the next couple months bring.
I'm telling you, it's definitely going to be worth your while.
Huge thank you, much gratitude, much love and respect.
I really appreciate Gaz. Thank you.
And I do believe Gaz is changing the world, and I'm so glad to be a part of that.
My life is forever changed, and I'll be forever grateful. Thank you.
Awesome. So that's the stuff that really fires me up, because I got into this industry literally just to make money. That's all I wanted to do. But once you see the success stories, once you teach this information and see what people are able to do, it is absolutely incredible. So let's get right into that. So on this webinar, here's what you can expect. We're going to show you how to set up a fully functioning ad campaign in 24 hours or less without any prior knowledge or technical experience, why 99% of people fail at creating an income online, and how we've solved that problem for anybody who's willing to actually put in the work. And I'm also going to reveal the 3 dirt cheap tools that will get you up and running, even if you're brand new to online marketing. And as a bonus, I'm going to show you how you can actually engineer your income using basic elementary school math. So super excited. And what's our goal? Our goal is very simple. Our goal is to awaken you to what's possible in the new digital economy, thanks to emerging technology and viral social trends, as well as give you the tools and resources you need to succeed with it. So let's talk about who this training is for and who it's not for. So this training is definitely not for you if you're looking for some secret trick or hack. This is not for you if your idea of financial plan is a lottery ticket. You're better off just going to buy a scratch off, hoping that you win. This is not one of those get rich quicks. This training is not for you if you aren't willing to learn and apply. This training is not for you if you're interested in some sort of get rich quick scheme or anything like that. Give me one sec, guys. Oh, okay, cool. I just want to move my cursor. Awesome. So this is definitely not for you if you're looking for some get rich quick where you can press a couple buttons and make, $10,000 a month. This isn't for you. Anybody who's on the webinar right now, if you could please mute yourself out, that would be much appreciated. Thank you. And this training is not for you if you think money is evil. If, some people I talk to, they think money is the root of all evil, and this is not for you. Money is something that makes people more of who they are. If somebody's evil without money, then when they get money, they're just going to be more evil. Money is just a tool. And this training is not for you if you're negative. Ain't nobody got time for that. If you're going to be in the chat and you're going to make negative comments and you're going to say all these things before we get into it, then please jump off the webinar. This is not for you. Now, I'm assuming that anybody who fits in any of these categories is off right now. So let's go into who this training is actually for. This training is for you if you're looking to make a change and would like to work from home. If you'd like to work from the comfort of your home, this is for you. If you're interested in building a business around your passions, whether that's traveling, whether that's working out, whether that's spending time with your family, whether you're like me and you just like spending time with your dog. I just love spending time with my little gray Pomeranian Romeo. This training is for you if you're interested in creating additional income in your spare time. And this is for you if you understand the power of principles, systems, and proven processes. Before this, I was somebody who always, I was somebody who always, thought that I needed to invent the next big thing or the next thing, when really you just have to follow proven principles. This training is for you if you aren't afraid of putting in the work, getting your hands dirty. The truth is, John C. Maxwell, one of my favorite quotes, dreams don't work unless you do. And this training is for you if you, excuse my language, but if you like to have fun and get shit done at the same time, then this training is definitely for you. Now, if you stay until the end, I'm not only going to show you how to put the training details in action, but I'm actually going to give you the chance to access the same coaching and training I went through in 2013, put myself in debt. It cost me over $20,000 to learn this stuff. I'm going to give you access to as you pay very close attention and stick to the end of this web class. So let's go ahead and get started. I don't like those webinars where people talk about themselves the whole time, but just to give you some context, I am far from special. As you can see, I was kind of a dorky looking kid. That middle picture right there is me in college when I was doing my math homework. And then this last picture is a big moment of my life where things changed forever, and I'll go into that in a second. But I barely graduated high school. I graduated with like a 2.2 GPA. I went to college because that's what my parents told me to do. That's what my friends were doing. And I actually ended up dropping out of college. I got fired from Wendy's when I was 16 years old. And I struggled as a personal trainer. And it wasn't until, if you look at this last picture on the right, the guy I have my arm around and the guy laying in the back, these were actually close family friends of mine. I met them at family dinners. We're related through relatives and related through marriage, And I remember I used to talk to these guys all the time, and they were super successful in real estate. These guys made millions of dollars in real estate, had a thriving real estate mortgage lending business, were crushing it. And then boom, 2008 came. Let me know in the chat if you guys were a part of the economy crashing then, but that's when I saw these guys lose everything. I saw them lose everything. They went from having a multi-million-dollar business to really losing everything. And one day I was friends with them on Facebook because they were family friends of mine. And one day I saw a post by this guy who talked about how my family friend, how he lost everything in real estate. and had $400 left to his name. And he found this information. He found a mentor. Finding a mentor is one of the most powerful things you can do. And I'm going to introduce you to that mentor in a second. But he found a mentor who taught him the same principles I'm teaching you for free on this training over the next 20 to 30 minutes, that has allowed that basically took these two brothers from losing everything to making 6 figures a year online. Now they have a multiple 7-figure a year business. And I started working with these guys, and they actually introduced me to the guy that taught them basically this whole process of digital marketing, of finding an offer, finding an audience, and creating an income online. And they introduced me to this, I guess you could call him Mr. X, this secret mentor who taught me basically how it works. So I decided, you know what? I was in college, I was going for business, and I remember sitting in the back of a classroom one day in business, and I went up to my professor after class, and I was like, it was a macroeconomics class, and I said, "Professor, all this information you're teaching me is great, everything looks good, but what businesses are you running?" And he says, "Julian, I'm not running any businesses, but these principles work." And right away, I realized that that wasn't the path for me. Because imagine you want to get in shape, you want to get ripped, you want to start working out, and there's a 400-pound personal trainer eating Doritos saying, "This is what you're supposed to do, that's what you're supposed to do," when they're not in shape themselves. So I decided, you know what? I got to learn from people actually getting results. Success leaves clues. Remember that. Write that down if you have a notepad. Success leaves clues. And ever since I linked up with that mentor, this was back in 2013, my life's been different. Things are different from today. You know, I went from having no direction in my life, you know, smoking weed, because I just didn't know what I was going to do when I was 21 years old. And I wasn't able to do everything. And it takes me to now, just a few years later, you know, I've been able to drive around in the most exotic cars, go to Thailand for 3 months at a time. I just came back from a trip in Mexico for a month. Every time I fly on a plane, I'm able to fly business class or first class. And I'm able to do the things I want when I want, because I learned this skill, you know, and not only that, I've been able to go on and speak on stages and even create my own stage to teach people this information. I want you to imagine that. Somebody who barely graduated high school, dropped out of college, could never hold a job, had no business experience, can do that, also speak on stage. Imagine what you can do with this information as you pay very close attention. So let's get right into it. You know, it's almost 2018. Oh my God, 2019, that number just looks crazy. It's like the future, but we are in the future. So it's 2019 and the world is changing fast. You know, the American dream is not what it used to be. You know, back in the 80s, if you went to school and you got a degree and you got a job, you know, corporations would give you the packages when you retire. They would take care of you. But now people are dropping people left and right. You know, a college degree is not worth what it used to be, you know, 20 years ago. Yes, of course, if you want to be a doctor or a lawyer or a specific skill, of course, but for business or for marketing, you have to learn what's in the field now. And the truth is the American dream is not what it used to be. You know, getting a job, going to school for 5 years, going to school for 10 years, getting a job, working there for 20 years, getting a retirement package. You know, I had a family friend who worked at a place for 22 years. And on the 23rd year, they're supposed to get the package and retire and everything. And they ended up getting fired and let go because they were downsizing a year before that and lost everything. It's very scary. You know, you can see median households in the 21st century from January to, you know, adjusted for inflation, household incomes that have stagnated or even declined over the past 20 years. You know, household incomes are dropping for people that are going the traditional route, and wealth is trickling up. In fact, income distribution is increasingly imbalanced such that the middle and poorer classes are steadily losing ground. And at this point, look at this article, you know, most Americans need a second job just to make ends meet. And it's saying that it's sending troubling messages to the economy. For many, you know, making ends meet is harder than ever. Let me know in the chat if that's something that you're struggling with. Maybe you're working and you're paycheck to paycheck and you just can't get over making ends meet. You know, national debt, now the US national debt continues to skyrocket upwards, meaning that your pension you're banking on may not actually be there when you need it. It's scary stuff. And this was a really interesting book that I read, The Top 5 Regrets of Dying by Bronnie Ware. And this in this book, the second most common regret of dying was that people spent too much of their life doing meaningless work. It's not that people don't want to work. It's not that people don't want to work. It's that most people get stuck in a place where they're doing meaningless work. Like when I worked at Wendy's, when I worked at a grocery store, even when I was a personal trainer, I just didn't feel like I'm making the impact that I want and helping the people I can. So just remember that the second most common regret of dying is that people spent way too much of their life doing meaningless work. Humans are created to work. We love working. You know, when you do something you love, whether it's working out or a project with your kids or something, when you're working and you love it, it's much different than meaningless work. So what does this mean? This doesn't mean that the American dream is not dead. It's not. It's evolved. Take this, for example. Many of you know that brick and mortar, you know, a lot of things are going into digital online marketing. Online marketing is booming each and every year and accounts for a larger share of the economy. You know, online marketing has, as you guys can see, I was at the mall earlier today. I wanted to grab something for the weekend because I'm going to a dinner with some friends, and all the stores are empty. All these beautiful stores are empty and everything is moving online. Online is powerful. Excuse me for 1 second as I take a sip of this water. And I'm just going to take a look at this chat just to see what everybody's saying here. Anyone struggling to make ends meet or barely provide this kind of life for my daughter as I should be? Yes, the struggle is real. Yes, the struggle is real. Awesome, guys. I appreciate you interacting and giving the feedback. So take a look at this. This is super interesting. So in 1996, Microsoft created an affiliate marketing business called Expedia. I'm sure many of you guys are familiar with Expedia. But the crazy thing about Expedia is that they sell hotel reservations. And in 2017, Expedia generated 10 billion with a B in revenue, up from 8.7 billion in 2016, which is a huge increase. And they did this without owning a single hotel. How did they do that? How did they do that? Very simply, affiliate marketing, which is what we're going to cover today. Expedia advertises online through Facebook, YouTube, and Google. And when somebody uses them to book a room at a hotel, Expedia gets paid a commission. It's what's called affiliate marketing. So take a look at this. You know, the world's largest taxi companies don't own any taxis, Uber and Lyft. I use Uber almost every day. Let me know if you guys use Uber. The world's largest accommodation providers don't own any real estate. Airbnb, Expedia, Booking.com, they don't own any real estates. They're all affiliates. The most valuable retailer doesn't have any inventory, Alibaba. And the most popular media outlets don't produce any content, Facebook and YouTube. But I want you to think about this for a second. It's not just huge companies. Take a look at this, for example. Now, this is a very, very extreme example, and I'm not saying you have to go out and review toys, but look what's happening. Ryan's Toy Review. This kid is 7 years old, and he's making $11 million per year reviewing toys. That is absolutely insane, but it's just showing you the power of what's possible here. And I'm not saying that you have to go and get millions of views and review toys. I don't do any of that. My face isn't out there like that, but I can make the same type of money as this with this skill set of affiliate marketing. Now, this is just an example to show you the power. I'm not saying go review toys, but take a look at this, for example. This is actually a real life example of something that I went through. I watched a video on YouTube. I typed in like how to trim your beard. I wanted to figure out an effective way to trim your beard. So I follow this guy. He has a YouTube channel. His name's Jose, I think, but he has a YouTube channel called Teaching Men's Fashion. And there was a video, how to trim your beard. So what did I do? I watched that video. Below the video, he said, I recommend this shaver, this buzzer that you should use. It's cheap and I can get you a deal on it. So he had a link for it, and see what he's doing here, affiliate marketing. And I actually ended up buying this trimmer in this case. And what did he get? He got a commission. He got a commission. Now, look at this, for example, Amazon.com. Are you guys, let me know if you're familiar with Amazon.com. Everybody shops on Amazon. Amazon is one of the biggest affiliate marketing networks on the planet. In 2013, Amazon generated $60 billion in revenue. God, they're making a lot of money. But in 2013, Amazon generated $60 billion in revenue. And the crazy thing about that is that 40% of that was generated by affiliates, people just like me and you, which is crazy. 40% of the money that's generated on Amazon is from people sending links to products that they think would benefit people's lives, and they get a commission. So let's get right into the content today. So let me know in the chat, and we do have a little bit of delay, but what do you think is the most valuable asset today? Is it real estate? Is it gold? Is it Bitcoin? Well, let me know what you guys think in the chat. What is the most valuable asset today? And I'm just going to take a sip of my water. So the most valuable, and let me see what people are saying here in the chat. Awesome, guys. So the most valuable asset today is attention. Attention is the most valuable asset in today's day and age in the digital economy. And in marketing, it's an essential skill to learn how to attract attention. The bottom line is the more eyeballs you get to a product or service, the more money you make. It doesn't matter. There's not a business on the planet that isn't depending on attracting attention. It doesn't matter if you have a dog walking business, if you have a chiropractic office, if you sell products online, if you have a restaurant. The fact is that the more eyeballs you can get to whatever you're providing to the marketplace, you're going to make more money. So technically, to be able to earn an income online, to be able to capitalize on this digital economy, technically, there's really only two things that you need. You need an audience, which is a group of people that have a particular pain or problem or desire that they're looking to get solved. You need an audience, and you need what's called an offer, basically something that can solve their solution. So those are the two things that you technically need to be able to create an income online. You need an audience and you need an offer. You need a group of people that have a problem, that are looking for a solution, and you put an offer in front of them, and that's how an income is generated online. Now, typically, you would have to go to, before this internet age existed, you would have to go to like radio, television, billboard ads, spend $20,000, hope somebody will buy your product, and there's no way to track it. It's not very efficient, but take a look at this. There's a tool called Google Keyword Planner. It's free to use, and you can type in certain search terms that will show you how many people a month are looking for that search term. So basically, you can look for audiences. So the other day, I was while I was putting together this training, I realized that my dog Romeo, he's a little Pomeranian. He's in the other room sleeping right now, but he has. I wanted to get a new toy for him. So I was just curious, is this something that I could create a business around? Not that I would, but I wanted to see if it was possible just for this, the purposes of this training tonight. So I typed in on Google Keyword Planner dog toys, and it blew my mind that there's 10,000, as you can see on the bottom, there's 10,000 to 100,000 people a month searching for dog toys, puppy toys. 10,000 to 100,000 people a month. So you can use this tool through Google to identify an audience. And Facebook ads are super powerful. I'm actually going to show you a real-time example of how to log into Facebook, how to create an ad, and how I would actually do this. But as you can see, I was making a Facebook ad, and in the United States, I put the ages 21 to 40 that speak English who are interested in dogs or dog toys. There's an audience on the right-hand side in that red box, as you can see, of 41 million people. Look at the power of that. Imagine if I had some sort of dog toy that I was selling and I had to go to 41 people one by one. How long would that take me? It would take me, I couldn't do that in a freaking lifetime. But with the power of the internet and the click of a button, you can reach 41 million people overnight. Super powerful. So that's kind of how you would identify an audience, find an audience. Now, when it comes to finding an offer, because remember, you just need two things, audience and offer. So now I'm showing you how to find an audience. And this is just an example. So to find an offer to put in front of that audience, it's very simple, as you can go to a website called, and I'm not saying go here, but I'm just I want to show you what's possible and the information that's available. There's a website called clickbank.com, and they're a huge affiliate network. You can see they have products, all kinds of categories: cooking, e-business, education, fiction, games, green products, health and fitness. And you can literally sign up for free on ClickBank, promote their products through what I'm teaching you right now, and you can generate a commission every time a sale's made. It's super powerful. And it's literally a simple flow. It's literally about identifying your audience, finding what your audience is looking for, identifying a product that would solve the need that your audience is looking for, and then putting that in front of them with an ad. Does that make sense? So if I was to go and so let me show you how this works. Let me show you how this works. So if I was to go and, you know, a lot of people, they try to do this and they basically just run an ad and send people straight to a link, right? They'll run an ad and they'll say, hey, buy this product. And most people who try to make money online fail because they don't understand the process, the sales process. And this is what my mentor back in 2013, when I paid over $20,000 of money I didn't have, put myself in debt. I did whatever it freaking took because I knew how powerful this information was. My mentor taught me a proprietary process on how this works and how to, and the difference between just putting a product in front of somebody, hoping they buy it, and how to actually reverse engineer that process through a sales process. So let's say that I was going to take the dog toy and sell a dog toy offer. So this is how I would go about setting up a sales process. I would run an ad, right? Most people would just run an ad and straight to a link. I would run an ad. After I run the ad, I would send people who click the ad to what's called a capture page, which is nothing more than a page that has more information on the product or service or whatever you're offering somebody, where they put their email address in, which qualifies them more. And then I would send them to the offer. And when somebody puts their information in the capture page, then I have a sequence of email follow-ups that go up automatically. They're already pre-written, and because the truth is that, let me know if you guys experience this, but the average person, it takes them 7 exposures to something to buy something. So that's why most people fail at making money online, because they just send people to somebody doesn't want to buy it, they're not ready, they don't have enough information, and then boom, they're gone. This process takes care of that, because once they put their email address into the capture page, then they could be followed up with email every day for a few days to make sure that they get the right information, and that points them back to the offer. And when somebody purchases from the offer, that's how money is made. So this is like the craziest thing. It's so simple. It's so simple, but this is the process that I learned that separated me from everybody who tries to, make it happen online and doesn't make it. They don't understand the sales process. It's called a sales funnel: running an ad, getting people to a lead capture page, collecting their email, following up with them, pointing them back to the offer. And essentially that's how revenue is made. And that process that I just show you literally walks people through the customer's path. You're identifying the need or issue to resolve, and then you research options, products to solve that problem. You decide on an offer and solution and put it. So that's what's happening in this process. The ad is identifying the need. The capture page is walking people through it, qualifying it. The emails that they're following up with points them back to the offer. And then when somebody makes a purchase decision, you make money. And that's not it. This is information that I paid so much money to learn. So I'm super excited to share this with you, because I'm super passionate about it, because it's allowed me to create such an amazing life, having no business experience, but it's a simple process that if people can understand it, you can write your paycheck for life if you decide you want to learn this. And then there's what's called the upsell sequence. So let's say somebody goes through the process, you set an ad, you have your emails going out, and I'm going to show you how to do all that right now. And somebody purchases something. Once somebody purchases something, what happens when you go in a McDonald's drive-thru? And have you ever gone through a McDonald's drive-thru and you said, hey, I'd like a chicken sandwich, French fries, and a drink? And what does the McDonald's drive-thru person say? They say, would you like it supersized? That is an example of what's called an upsell sequence. An upsell sequence is where, for example, if you've ever the truth is that if somebody buys something from you once, there's a very, very, very high likelihood that they're going to want to purchase something again, as long as they got the value and experience that you promised them in the primary offer. And that's where really the big money is made, because once you have a customer, you can offer them other products and services that would benefit them along the lines of what they're looking to do and make more money. You know, I went to Mexico last month and I booked a flight, and sometimes these upsell sequences are annoying, but they work for a reason. For example, I went to book a flight on Amazon, I went to book a flight on, I don't remember, Kayak maybe. I booked a flight and then they said, hey, you know, thanks for booking the flight. For an extra $20, do you want priority boarding? For an extra $10, do you want to have your bags taken for you? For an extra $50, do you want to upgrade to first class? And a certain percentage of people will upgrade, and that's where more money is made. So it's super powerful. Or if you buy something on Amazon, you know, I buy stuff on Amazon every time. Every time I buy something, I see a message after that said customers also liked. Customers also bought, and sometimes I go down the rabbit hole and spend hundreds of dollars on stuff I wasn't even planning on buying because this process was done so well. And that's where really the big money's made. So the process, in short, you know, the whole process, this is a process I've used to build a multiple 6-figure a year and even 7-figure a year annual business, is literally running ads, getting people to a capture page, sending people to an offer, collecting emails, following up with those people. I mean, you right here, you watching this web class right now, there's a very high likelihood you went through this process to get here right now. How crazy is that? But it works. That's the power of the process. So you watch an ad, you send people to a capture page, email follow-up, because remember, sometimes people, it takes them 7 exposures to make a purchase decision, point them to an offer. As soon as they purchase a product or a service or whatever you're offering, you make money. And then there's upsells. For example, upsell 1, upsell 2, upsell 3. And that's how you multiply your revenue. Let me know if this is making sense in the chat below. I'm going to go ahead and take a look at what everybody's saying here. Let me know if this is making sense. Real estate, yes, familiar. Awesome, guys. Awesome. So I'm gonna go ahead and move forward. We don't have too much more here, but I want to get into, you know, the meat. This is really the powerful thing here. So I would literally, so a process of how this would work for a dog toy offer is, let's say I would run an ad to people who are interested in dogs, and I would sell them, you know, a dog toy, and then I would have a page that says, hey, you know, I'm glad you're interested. Put your email address so I can send you up-to-date offers on up-to-date products, the hottest dog toys in the market. People buy that, and then you can offer them other products and services. Let's say they bought a dog toy and you have their email, and then maybe you wanted to put together a dog training course, an online course that you could sell for $100. There's a very high likelihood that somebody will purchase that. So then the whole goal of this is, you know, industry average, the average click rate to an ad is about 1%. And of that, the average click rate on the capture page is about 4%, all the way to the offer. So at the end of the day, it really comes down to a numbers game. And what we teach our members, what we teach our clients, is how to optimize that. Because literally, if you can just increase your average click rate through our training, through our curriculum, which I'll talk about in a second, from 1% to 2%, you're literally doubling your income overnight, because it goes through the whole process. This is super powerful stuff. This is, like I said, the stuff that I learned that, you know, people see me all the time, my friends. And when I dropped out of school, all my friends are like, Julian, how did you end up traveling the world? How are you doing all this stuff? And they don't understand that it's a very simple process. This is all I do every single day. And this is all I teach people how to do. So what are the benefits of an email autoresponder? You remember I said that a lot of times people won't buy something the first time they see you put an ad out. So what's the benefit of an email autoresponder? It literally guides leads through a sales process. You get to provide continued value to people who opted in to find out more information. You can direct them to relevant content. You know, once you have somebody's email, now it's like, okay, you bought a dog toy. Well, you know, this new dog toy is coming out next week. Here's a link where you can grab it. And that is your asset. That's your email list. You can reinforce the need for a primary offer. You can showcase additional useful offers. If somebody's interested in dog toys, and I'm just using dog toys for this example, I wouldn't run a campaign for dog toys. I don't think it's profitable enough. And you can establish yourself as a trusted source. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and actually show you how simple it is to place a Facebook ad. So I'm going to go ahead here to, let me know if you guys should be able to see me in my back office for the Facebook. This is everybody. If you have Facebook, then you have a Facebook ads manager. Most people don't know. It's literally business.facebook.com. And what I wanted to do for this example is I wanted to show, what would I do if I wanted to run an ad to dog toys? So I literally went to petco.com, and I just wanted to see if they have an affiliate program. All of the major sites that you probably shop on every single day have an affiliate program. Apple.com, Amazon.com, for all you ladies out there, Sephora.com. Literally all the biggest sites in the world have affiliate programs, and they will pay you if you refer people to their products and services. So you can see Petco, use our tools to earn more commissions. Our affiliate program, when you make a sale to a customer referred to our site, you earn up to 10% commission. We handle the transaction details. It's that simple. So Petco takes care of all the shipping, everything. An affiliate's job, a marketer, would just be to get people to the product. So I know a popular dog toy is the Kong toy. The Kong toy here. Let me see here. This toy right here. This toy right here. That's a cute puppy. But a Kong toy. So let's say I was going to place a Facebook ad. I'm going to show you how quickly it is in under 2 minutes how you can set up a Facebook ad. So you can literally go to traffic. You want to get traffic to a website. I would press continue. And then this is very simple stuff. I'm literally showing you right now, I've paid thousands of dollars to learn this stuff, but I want you guys to be empowered and have the power, whether you decide to work with us or not, that you have the skills and the knowledge to capitalize on this digital economy. So let's say I was going to do an ad. I'm gonna do United States. Who would be most likely to buy a dog toy? I would think people from 25 to 50 years old that speak English, that are interested in, let's say, dogs and let's say dog toys. Now, this is just an example. I'm not saying I would run a campaign like this, but just an example. Okay, perfect. So dogs and dog toys, you can see here that, bear with me. Awesome. So I would literally run an ad and I can reach up to 930 people a day, people that are 25 to 50 in the United States that are interested in dog toys or dogs. And then I would literally just place an ad. You can run Facebook ads for as little as $5 a day. I think you can go even less. I would press continue. And I'm going to show you an example right now. I'm literally going to place an ad right now. So let's say I'll do a single image. I had this image saved just to respect your guys' time here. But I'm going to go ahead and take this image right here, and I'm literally putting together an ad right now. So that would be a picture, and I would say, discover, obviously I can't spell, dropped out of school. Discover the world's #1 rated dog toy on the planet. And literally, I'm not an affiliate for Petco, but typically it would be something like petco.com/ and they would give you an affiliate ID. So once you sign up for an affiliate program, which you can typically sign up for free at Amazon and all these things, it would say something like ? And they give you this link automatically. ? ID equals, and then it would be your name. It would be a link like that. Your name. God, I can't spell. So literally right there, I just placed an ad. So I can grab my link from Petco. You guys have the ability to do this. I'm not saying to do this. I have much more leverage ways that you guys can do this, but I'm just showing you an example. Discover the world's #1 rated dog toy on the planet. Beautiful little ad, cute picture. Only people that like dogs or dog toys are going to see this. And I can literally go ahead and press confirm, and then boom, the ad is out there. It is literally that simple. How crazy is that? Let me know in the chat what you guys are thinking so far. And we're almost done. I'm going to get right to it, but let me know what you guys are thinking in the chat here. Is that making sense? How I set up a Facebook ad? Let me know if that's making sense. Mandolin is saying, yes, makes total sense. Understood. Awesome, guys. Thank you so much for the feedback. It would be no fun if I was just doing this alone. So let me know if that's making sense. Awesome. So I'm going to take a quick sip of this water. Awesome, guys. So we're almost there. We're almost there. Thank you for bearing with me. This is very exciting stuff. So that's literally a simple, you can paste a Facebook ad. And that's what a sales funnel is. You might, the first time I heard the word sales funnel, I thought it was literally like, I pictured a funnel where you pour gas into your car, when really it's a simple process of putting people into a funnel from an ad to a capture page to email follow-up. It goes from taking somebody from being aware to interested, and the sales funnel evaluates them, and then somebody purchases, and that's when you would earn a commission. Now, the most beautiful thing about a sales funnel, and why I love this more than anything, is that I don't have to deal with rejection. If somebody doesn't want to buy my products or services or something I'm offering, what they do is they exit out of the website, but I don't have to go to people and try to sell them. It's pull marketing versus push marketing. Write that down, pull marketing versus push marketing. So that's what a sales funnel is. That's essentially what they would go through. So technically, to be able to do all this stuff, you really only need 3 tools to start. Technically, you only need 3 tools to start. You need a domain hosting, which is a website. You would need a lead capture page and a funnel, which there's a site called ClickFunnels that provides that. And I'm not saying you need to buy these things. I'm just saying technically, if you were to go out on your own and do that, you would need a domain, because that process, there's an ad, a capture page, email follow-up, your offer, and upsells. That's the whole process you need to be able to be profitable online. And you just need your domain hosting, lead capture funnel, and an email autoresponder, things like GetResponse or Aweber. Now, I want you to consider the typical investments. Consider the typical investments that they preach for us our whole life. The average stock yields a 7% return. All these investments that people are recommending, these, I love the financial advisors. You go to a corporation and there's financial advisors who are not financially free themselves because they're working a 9 to 5, except they're supposed to tell you what you're supposed to do with your money, which never made sense to me. But love and appreciate everyone, regardless of where they're at and what they're doing. So the average stock yields a 7% return. That's it. The average rate of return of an IRA is only about 6%. And this is considered good typical investments. Your savings account only yields about a 0.06 return on average, which is really not much. And real estate investment trusts like REITs perform the best with an average annual return of 11.8%, which is considered like the best. By contrast, with the power of the internet, with the power of affiliate marketing, you could place an ad, and let's say you're paying $1 per click and you get 50 clicks. And let's say out of those 50 clicks, you get one sale, you make $100. That's a net profit of $50 and an ROI of 100%. ROI of 100%, which is absolutely crazy. And then compared to the typical investments, the types of returns that people are seeing in this new age digital economy, it's like, it's an internet gold rush. It really is crazy. And that's why I capitalized on it. That's why I went all in on this. So I want you to imagine something for me for a second. Imagine something with me. Close your eyes if you want to, but imagine that you were, you had your funnel set up. You found your audience, you found your offer, you have your sales funnel set up, you have you have $5 a day or less, or maybe more, depending on your budget. You have ads going out, you have sales generating. And while all that's happening, and imagine that you completed all of this and it's all set up, imagine what you would do. Would you go spend more time with your family? Once you have that free time, because I met a lot of people who make a lot of money, but they have they have to trade their time for money. This is different. This is flipping the script. So imagine you had all this set up. What would you do? Would you like, for me, for example, this picture was in Mexico. I went to one of Pablo Escobar's old houses, all while it was literally a Tuesday. I was hanging out here with 10 of my friends who work with us, all while I had my business running. I had leads coming in. I had sales coming in because of the power of that. So imagine that for a second. Imagine all of this was up and running for you. Imagine that everything was working smooth. Imagine that you had your business running, you had ads going, you had leads coming in, you had sales coming in. What would you do with your time? Would you spend time traveling the world like I love to do? Would you spend more time in the gym? Would you spend time with your family? Would you take your kids on that trip to Disney World on a Wednesday because nobody's there and you have the ability to, that same trip you've been promising them for the last 10 years? Would you take your wife on that trip to Cancun that you've been promising forever? Would you take your husband out for lunch instead of having to cook every meal and actually enjoy life? I want you to imagine for a second what it would feel like when you have this, when all of this is running for you, you've learned the skills, you've bunkered down and you decided you want to learn this, because at the end of the day, it's possible. And one of my favorite quotes ever from Warren Buffett is, the more you learn, the more you earn. You know, I learned this skill set. I decided I'm going to learn it. Now, because of that, I'm able to do what I love. I'm able to go to the gym for 2-3 hours if I want to. I'm able to go to lunch with friends on a Tuesday. I'm able, you know, I moved into this beautiful building in Miami and there's a spa that's always packed after 5 o'clock when people come home from work. I get to go to the spa every single day at 1 o'clock when nobody's there and enjoy myself because I have systems in place, the same systems that you're about to get access to. And I'm not telling you any of this to brag or boast. If you meet us at one of our live events, when you meet me in person, I'm the last person. I hate bragging. I hate boasting. It's just not an attractive trait to me, but I'm not telling you this to impress you, but to impress upon you what's possible. If a broke college student who was a personal trainer, dropped out of college, got fired from Wendy's, can go off and have a 6 and even 7-figure a year annual income, imagine what you can do with it. Just imagine. And let me see what everybody's saying. We're almost at the end here. Let's see here. Awesome, guys. I appreciate all the feedback. So let me ask you something for a second. Let me ask you a question. I'm 100% confident that with everything that we covered today, that you can go out and identify an audience. You can identify an offer using places like ClickBank or Amazon or Peck. You could find offers anywhere. I showed you how to find an audience, places like Google Keyword Tool or on Facebook. You can literally purchase an audience for pennies on the dollar. It's absolutely crazy. And I'm confident that whether you decide to work with us or not, and if you want to continue this training at a deeper level, I'm confident that you can take what I taught you today and you can go off and get a business started within 24 hours. That was my promise in the beginning. I guarantee that if you just applied what I showed you, you can have an offer running, you can use those tools, and you can have a business for yourself. But let me ask you a question. Although you can do that, and if that's what you want to do, if you're a self-starter, if you want to go and make it happen, and I like to call it jump off the cliff and build the plane on the way down and figure this stuff out as you go, I salute you and I respect that. But what if you had a step-by-step training program that walked you every step of the way through setting up an affiliate campaign and generating a full-time income online? What if you had a step-by-step training instead of having to go and figure out on yourself? And what if you had access to the same curriculum that has allowed 64 ordinary brand new people just like me and you make over 6 figures, and over 240 people to retire and quit their day jobs because of this education? This is a picture from one of our last live events. These are just a handful of people that have earned over 6 figures. We give out big checks. And obviously, let's all be adults here. The results and incomes here are, this isn't a guarantee of income. The results and income examples aren't intended to represent or guarantee that anyone will achieve these similar results. Individual results vary. I can't guarantee that you'll do anything. Success in business requires effort, skill, commitment, and dedication is 100% dependent on you. And let's all be adults here. You know what I mean? Like, obviously I can't guarantee that you're going to make 6 figures or 7 figures with this, or even, an extra $500 a week. I can't guarantee that because I don't know what you're going to do. If I was a gym owner and you just signed up for a gym membership, I can guarantee that I will give you the best tools, the best workout equipment, the best diet plan to get in shape, but I can't guarantee that you're going to walk into the door and do your workout. I can't guarantee that. I can't. So, obviously, you know, all the people that achieve these results, they're not typical, but I'm not typical. And if you're on this web class right now, then you're not typical because you're looking for something different. You wouldn't be here if you weren't. So here's what you're going to get if you decide that you want to continue this training and work with us closely. This is what we put together, a special offer for you today if you decide what you want to work with us. So if you want to continue this training and get the step-by-step curriculum, the same mentorship and process that we've taught all of those people that have quit their jobs, earned 6 figures, here's what you're going to get. We're going to include a one-on-one call with a personal advisor. So anybody who decides that they want to, you know, go through our training, work with us one-on-one, you're going to have a one-on-one call with a personal advisor. This is a call where it's going to be a 30-minute call. We're going to find out where you are. We're going to have you fill out a questionnaire. We're going to find out what your goals are, and your advisor is going to help you. You're going to have a live call. So you're going to have help. They're going to walk you through the process, and depending on your goals and what you're trying to achieve here, we're going to reverse engineer a game plan to make sure that you get from point A, where you are right now, to point B as quick as humanly possible. And we have our certified advisors to help you do that. We're going to have you go through our discovery session. You remember that coaching process that I told you I paid over $20,000 for in 2013 to learn this stuff? That's going to be included. If you decide that you want to work with us, you're going to have it's a full, deep 3-hour business planning and discovery session, so you can really get a 40,000-foot view, because I covered the basics here. We're going to show you how you can apply this stuff at a high level, and depending on your goals, how to achieve that. You're going to get access to our Facebook Ads Masterclass, where we take you through the basics of Facebook ads all the way to advanced. And this is well over a $997 value. The amount of Facebook courses separately that I've bought in for $1,000, $2,000 comes nothing close to the type of Facebook ads training that we have. So you're going to get a full Facebook ads training, because I showed you how to run a Facebook ad, but what if you had click by click, step by step, where we talk about the psychology of what works, what doesn't work, and we go into detail. So you're going to get access to our Facebook Ads Master Course if you decide you want to continue this and work with us on a deeper level. We're also going to include our follow-up fundamentals course, which is basically, you remember when I showed you throughout the sales process, our proprietary process, you run an ad, people land on a capture page, and then you collect their email addresses to follow up with them, where we're going to show you exactly what to say in those emails, when to send them, how to send them in detail in a course that we have called Follow-Up Fundamentals. It's just a ridiculous, we used to sell this course separately for $497. And one of the most powerful things here is you're going to be able to model our top affiliate campaigns. So you remember I showed you, you can go to Petco and become an affiliate. You can sell dog toys. You can go to Amazon. You can sell their products. You can sell anything. But we actually have exclusive deals with, we have some specific proprietary affiliate campaigns that we run where, you know, let's say I ran the dog toy offer and I sold dog toys. You know, let's say that dog toy was $20. Petco pays 10%. So what? I'm making $2, I think it is, on every single sale. We're going to show you our top affiliate campaigns that pay anywhere from $40 a sale all the way to $4,000. That's why we have people that, you know, some people are just making 2 or 3 sales a month. And because they have the ability to earn $4,000 commissions, they're able to make 6 figures with only a few sales a month. It's super leveraged. So we're going to show you, we're going to pull back the curtain so you can model our top affiliate campaigns. And we have a weekly live training. Every single week, we have a private Facebook group where we do, for all of our members, we do 3 calls a week. Every single Tuesday, we do what's called Transformational Tuesday, where we have our #1 Facebook ad experts review your ads, help you fix your ads, show you how to increase your sales, and really just, it's about learning ads. Every single Wednesday, I host what's called our Winning Wednesday call. So anybody in the community, you know, let's say you go through this training, you start getting results, and maybe, you know, you just had your first $1,000 week or $1,000 month. I would message you and say, hey, I want to bring you out on our Winning Wednesday call for all of our members to show them what's working for you. And it's just a community of helping. So I do that every single Wednesday. yesterday. He's going to come out actually in just a few minutes. I'm going to bring out a testimonial, but one of our guys did over 7 figures in commissions, over $1 million. He was brand new, and I brought him out. I picked his brain. I asked him what's working for him. And as a member, you get access to that, as well as you're going to get access to our Facebook group and community, which is really priceless. We have a Facebook group of over 10,000 members right now. I think we're at 12,000 right now. So 24/7, 365. If you ever have questions, if you ever have problems, there's a Facebook group where all of our members are there. We share what's working for us. And anytime you have a question, even if it's 3 a.m., you can drop it in there. And there's always, you'll see how warm and helpful and uplifting our community is, because one thing I learned is that it's not always as important what business you're doing, but more important, who you're doing business with. So you're going to have access to our secret private Facebook group and all of that. So your membership includes a one-on-one call with an advisor, like I said, our discovery session, our Facebook ads master course, follow-up fundamentals course. You're getting all this. You get to duplicate our top affiliate campaign, weekly live training, and access to our Facebook group, which is really valued at $9,282. Now, don't get scared. Don't leave the web class. I'm not saying you have to pay $9,282. I'm not saying you have to pay anything close to that. We had a vision when we started this training of how can we, this curriculum has helped myself, my partner Matthew, who you'll hear from at the end, and so many people create literally the life that they dreamed of. So we wanted to figure out, how can we make this so that anybody can get access to this training? Doesn't matter if somebody's broke. It doesn't matter if somebody's struggling. We wanted to make it doable, where how can we impact and help as many people possible do this? And that's why our community is growing so much, because we actually care. So for less than a cup of coffee a day, you're going to get access to a one-on-one call with an advisor. You're going to go through our discovery session so that we can really give you a 40,000-foot view of how this business works, map out a 90-day game plan for you with your advisor. We're going to give you access to the Facebook ads mastery course. We're going to give you access to the follow-up fundamentals course, so you know how to email your leads, because you're going to be running ads through the Facebook ads mastery course. Now you have the follow-up fundamentals so you can follow up with your leads, and we're going to show you exactly what to say in the emails, how to connect with them. And we're going to show you how to duplicate our top affiliate campaign. On top of that, weekly live training, as well as access to our Facebook group and community. And total value, like I said, $9,282. But for today, to join now, this is a special offer. Anybody watching this, to join now, you're going to get access to everything now for as little as $3.33 per day, or $99 a month. For less than a cup of coffee, you're getting $9,282 worth of value. And I know that that's true, because I've paid that much of my own money investing in myself before we had this training. I had to learn this stuff on my own. I went out and did it. And for literally less than a cup of coffee, I buy coffee every day downstairs in my building. It's like $5. For less than that, for $3.33 per day, or $99 a month, you're going to get access to our training, our step-by-step coaching, and all of this stuff right here. And on top of that, wait, there's more. Our goal was like, how can we deliver as much as possible for as least money as possible? So if you act, sorry about that. So if you act today, if you grab your membership today, we're going to give you access to our comprehensive launch training for free, which is basically going to show you right off the bat how you can get your business launched as soon as possible, through a very step-by-step, click-by-click process. As long as you join today, you're going to get access to this launch training, and that's a $297 value that we sell separate, and you're going to get that for free. And on top of that, we have exclusive deals through our top tier partners. So we're going to be able to give you, because of our such good history in business, we've been in business now for a long time, and we've built a lot of connections. We're going to be able to give you huge deals on things like GoDaddy, almost 60% off when you buy your domain, ClickFunnels, GetResponse. Because you decided to work with us, and you're going to work with us in just a minute here, we're going to give you access to to our special deals that we get as a company, as long as, you know, if you decide you want to work with us and be our client. And we're so confident that you're going to love our training. You're going to be stoked. You're going to love our community. We're going to welcome you in the Facebook group. You're going to have all these people saying, welcome. You're going to have your advisory call. You're going to have such a good experience that we guarantee you'll love being a freelance digital marketer, that if you're not satisfied, if you go through and you're like, hey, this isn't for me. Hey, I think that this is not worth $99 a month, which rarely happens. But if in this case that it does happen, no questions asked, we'll send your money back as long as it's within the first 14 days, money back guarantee, no questions asked. And like I said, most people don't refund and don't do that because they go through, and you're going to hear from some of our people that started our training and some testimonials in just a minute. And we're going to go ahead and there is a 14-day money back guarantee if that's something you choose to do. Now, the only last thing I'm going to leave you with before I give you the opportunity to work with us and bring out some testimonials that will share their experience of working with us. This is the last thing I'll say. I just can't guarantee that you're going to make $1 million in the next 12 months. I can't do that. But I can guarantee that I will put you on the right track. I'll put you on the right playing field with the right people and the right information so that you have the best possible chance of success. That's what I can guarantee. So your next steps right now, below this video, if you want to take advantage of this special offer, go ahead and click the button below this video to secure your spot in the training. Follow the link to the confirmation page. Check your email for your login credentials as soon as you join, and the instructions on how to access our training and Facebook group. Enjoy learning, enjoy process, and I'm super excited for you to jump in and start getting results. So I'm just gonna, right before I pull out the our testimonials here, I'm just gonna show you real quickly here. So you're gonna go ahead, you should be on this page right now. Everyone's saying, wow, super easy, this is awesome. I appreciate the feedback. So go ahead and click this button right here, right below me. Wow, I'm an ugly mofo. I'm just kidding. Go ahead and click the button right here. You're gonna click this green button with your mouse. It says, yes, I'm ready to get started. It's gonna take you to a page that looks like this. All you're gonna do is you're gonna put your name, last name, email, phone number, zip code, put in your payments. Oh, look at that. Somebody just purchased. Welcome and congratulations. Oh, just purchased again. Congratulations, Meg from Delta. As you can see, purchases coming in. People are working with us. Super excited to welcome you in the Facebook group. Put your credit card. I agree to be billing. And then boom, place your order. $99 a month. And like I said, there's a 14-day money back guarantee. So there's nothing to lose here. The only thing that I would say you would lose is your chance. Just purchased GAZ. Congratulations, Jessica from Moosesaw. Awesome, guys. So what I want to do while you're signing up, while you're doing that, Amber, congratulations. Welcome to the community. Awesome. So what I'm going to do right now is, as you guys are signing up, go ahead and do that now. I want to go ahead and you remember, oh, there I am. What's going on, guys? Wow, that was fun. As you can see, it's about 10 o'clock here in Miami. It's getting dark. But what I want to do right now is, you remember when I said earlier that, you know, maybe you're still on the fence. Maybe you're like, this isn't for me. Maybe it is for me, maybe not. Remember when I said before, I showed you that testimonial video and said that reviews are everything. You know, I want you guys to hear from people who went through this exact training, got started, and some of the results that they've been able to achieve going through that. So I'll shut up on my end, and I want to go ahead and bring out, let's bring out Travis first. Let's bring out Travis. Let me see. Travis, can you come out, brother?
Is it working?
It's working, brother. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing good, man. Just chilling out here in Vegas. Honored to be on here. It's crazy, guys. Like, I remember when I first was on this webinar watching Julian and Matthew Jang, and I was just on your end wondering if I could be that person, right? If I could make the money and live the dream. I'm from Canada, actually, where it's really, really cold right now. It's actually kind of chilly out here in Vegas too right now. But regardless, I mean, I've been able to create a six-figure income with this with absolutely zero experience. So I do have, you know, so much gratitude for everyone that's put this together. All their experiences leading up to the system and the training they put together. It really, when they say step by step, they mean it. It's it's an incredibly easy training to learn. You don't have to be tech savvy. Like, I am not at all tech savvy. Like, I was actually a little bit worried this Google Hangout wasn't going to work. I was like, oh, man. So I'm grateful that it's working. But yeah, guys, I just got to encourage you. Like, the first step can be the hardest. It really can, but it's the most important. And with a 14-day money-back guarantee, you absolutely have nothing to lose and literally everything to gain. I used to sleep on a couch. When I first got started with this business, I was actually so broke. I couldn't even afford my own rent. I was eating noodle packs for daily meals. And I was sleeping on my buddy's couch. And I saw this webinar, and it was kind of like, you know, seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. And it just, everything started to really change for me when I took action. I took it really seriously. And within a few months, I was able to quit both my jobs and start traveling the world. And like I said, I started with zero experience. So I'm not going to take up too much time, but I just want you guys to know that it is the real deal. If you're a little bit unsure, it's okay. We've all felt like that at one point because we're so used to working jobs for other people. That's what we're taught in school. So when you come across something like this, I mean, it seems a little foreign at first, and it may be alien, but once you just get into it and you start to see the training, it's like anything. Like when you first started the job you're at now, it probably felt a little weird the first day. The second day might have felt a little weird. But as you kept progressing and going to that job, it became normal. So eventually this will become like second nature to you as well. And with that though, you'll have more freedom, more time to do whatever you want. And it's a beautiful feeling. So Julian, thank you so much, brother. I love you. Really, really appreciate you. And everyone else that has made this possible. Thank you guys. Wouldn't be here without you guys. I'm so grateful. Unbelievable.
I appreciate you, man. It's been amazing to see, you know, your journey and literally you were sleeping on the couch to what you've been able to do. It's inspiring. It's absolutely incredible. And obviously, you know, results aren't typical and Travis isn't typical. You know, he works his ass off, but what's been your biggest month so far, Travis, going through this training and applying this stuff?
This month, actually, we've done $21,000, and before that was like 19. But on average, we've been clearing 15 grand a month every month. And it's just wild, guys. It really is. I'm so grateful. And you just got to follow the steps and stay committed. That's the number one thing. If you, like Julian said, man, you can go buy a gym membership. And actually, we're coming up on the busiest month for gym memberships in January, where the gym memberships are going to skyrocket. But how many people actually commit to getting the results, right? So just ask yourself what side of the coin you want to be on, whether you want to be on the committed side or the uncommitted side. Make the decision and then just go for it.
Appreciate you, man. Thanks for popping out.
Anytime, man. Thanks for having me on. I really appreciate it.
Yep. And now I want to bring out my boy, Mikey. We got a couple people. I'm going to end it with one of the most powerful testimonials that you guys are going to hear, but I want to bring out my boy, Mikey, who's become one of my close friends. I literally spent a few weeks with him in Mexico. We travel the world together. Him and his girl travel the world. They do what they want. When Mike got started with this training, and Mikey will share, but I remember he was just a burnout car salesman. He was making good money, but he had no time to do what he loves. I remember we went to an event and he was telling me, like, I'm great at sales, but I have no time to spend it. And to see what he's been able to do, not only become one of our six-figure earners, but just absolutely crush it. Now he's able to do what he loves. But Mikey, I'd love for you to share your testimonial, man.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Thanks for having me out, man. It's a pleasure being out here, dude. Sharing the stage with you. And yeah, me and my wife have been in Mexico for about a month and a half now, and we'll be here for, I think, another 20 days. So we'll be here for a total of 2.5 months, basically.
With your kids, which is just amazing.
Yeah, with our kids, because like we have them set up on distance learning and everything with the school that they go through, which is really nice. So they actually go to a school that's online as well. So, I mean, you know, life didn't look like this, you guys. It wasn't like this at all. I mean, like I wrote a post today that kind of teared me up this morning, but I remember, like, you know, even 5 years ago, you know, being stuck in a camp in the oil patch and, you know, being away from my kids for months on end. And then, you know, that fell through, which was really a blessing because it kind of led me to a place where I am now, right? You know, the oil patch had its downs, and I decided to go back into sales. So I basically just told the wife, I'm like, we're going to move. Let's move to Kelowna, BC. Let's head there. I'll get back into sales and we'll go that route. And, you know, everything worked out. But it just wasn't the same anymore. It wasn't like anything that I was used to. I came from like a family dealership, right? So I wasn't used to, you know, the city stuff and all that kind of things that go on in the city with selling. But, you know, I was still doing 12, 13-hour days, right? And with Sundays off. So it was just like, you know, I was just sitting there at work one day, and you'll hear from the guy who brought me into this business. He's on the panel, but, you know, I was just sitting at work one day and I seen an ad, and he was like, yeah, you want some more time freedom? You know, how's your life looking? And basically just explaining everything that I wanted to hear. And, you know, I jumped all in, and I went in on my life because, you know, the thing is like, we only get one shot at life. And I didn't want to be stuck in the exact same position every single year as I was when I started this business. So, you know, you guys really got to ask yourselves that as well. You know, sitting here right now, listening to Julian, listening to us do our testimonials, and what's going on in your life right now that's wanting you to make a change. But you got to realize that, you know, do you want to be sitting in the exact same position next year? Or do you want to, you know, make life happen and really go for, you know, your dreams? Because everybody's dreams are possible, right? So I really appreciate you having me out, Jules, and love and appreciate you, man.
I love it, bro. It's been amazing to hang out with you, travel the world, and do all kinds of things. Obviously, again, you know, results aren't typical, but we're not saying these things to impress you, but to impress upon you what's possible when you have this skill set. But because of this training, because of this process you went through, what's been your biggest month in sales, if you don't mind sharing?
I think it was 49,000 was my biggest month.
Wow. And how much were you making as when you were selling cars?
Probably $3,000 a month.
Wow.
And so, yeah. And that's the thing. Like, we've been, you know, my highest month was 49, and, you know, me and Kat have been anywhere from 15, 20 grand every single month. So, you know, since, you know, for a really long time. So, I mean, it just goes to show you guys, like, what we're doing in here and what you get to implement into your life. It works. You just got to put it to work, right?
Hell yeah, Mikey. Thank you for popping out. I love you, bro, and I appreciate you sharing, man. Awesome. So I'm going to pass it over to, I like to call her the boss babe, Kate. What's going on? Kate's one of our, we got a group of girls, we call them the boss babes, and it's not just guys making money. The girls are crushing it too. She came in with no experience, has gotten phenomenal results. So Kate, I'd love for you to share a little bit of your experience going through this training.
All right. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, you look good, sound good, perfect.
Thanks. So basically, before I started my online journey, I worked your typical corporate job in insurance, great pay, great benefits, everything that you would want out of your regular 9 to 5. But for me, like, I never really seemed happy. There was no flexibility. I was always looking for something else, something better, something that would allow me more time with my daughter. So she was coming up on 7 years old, and I felt like I had missed out on her whole entire life. And I actually spent more time commuting to work and back in a day than I was actually spending with her on a regular day, which sounds crazy. But I would come home, work, eat, bed, repeat, and it all just like really started to weigh in on me. So last year, my husband and I had tossed around the idea about having another baby. But I basically said, like, I'm not doing this again. I'm not missing out on another kid's life growing up. It was super important to me to be around for my children because growing up, that's just not something that I had. And I didn't feel like I was holding up on my end of the bargain to my daughter. Unfortunately, being a stay-at-home mom just wasn't an option for, like, living on a single income just wasn't an option for us. So one of my best friends, Garrett, he's like a brother to me. He had started this business about a year or so before me, and he was absolutely killing it. He quit his oil field job within a few months of starting, was making, 6-figure income. I was like, okay, what the heck is he doing? I need to find out, especially when his girlfriend Alicia had joined as well. So they kind of gave me the rundown. I watched the webinar. I was like, okay, there's literally nothing for me to lose here. Like $99, 14-day trial. If I don't like it, I get my money back, right? So I dove in head first, and to be honest, I have not looked back a single day. I committed, I did the personal development. I worked really hard on myself in believing that I can do this. And now in the new year, my maternity leave is actually coming to an end, and I'm going to be putting my notice in at my job, which is like ridiculously scary, but so exciting. I've been able to build a team of over 35 or 40 people who are like family to me, who I'm helping build their own businesses, work towards their dreams. I am traveling with my family. I just surprised my husband with a trip to Portland for his 30th birthday. That was something that I always wanted to do. We went to Banff the other weekend. We're going to Whistler in the new year. We went to Disneyland. Like, I get to do all this stuff with my girls and my husband. And like, I just never would have lived this life before. I'm just so overjoyed and like grateful for this and all the support from the people in the community, you, Julian, Jang, everybody. And like, this has been more than I could have ever asked for. And I'm just so, so thankful that this fell into my life. So thank you.
Wow, I appreciate that, Kate. And it's been amazing to see, because like, did you have any online experience before this?
No.
Nothing at all. And obviously, again, you know, income results are not typical. All the people on here are not typical. Although we seem like everyday average people, because we make decisions that I would say average people don't make, which is to go and chase our dreams like Kate's doing. So what's been your biggest month in commissions using this training and coaching?
In September, I took home 20,000.
20,000. And how much were you making at your job?
Like 4,000.
Wow. There's no going back now.
And 4,000 is a good income, like in Canada, but like, it's been surreal.
Wow. Congratulations on crushing it. Super excited to see you hit those 6-figure months. Next step.
Yeah.
And keep crushing. I appreciate you sharing, Kate.
Thank you.
Awesome. And we got 2 more here. I want to bring out my boy, Rob, real quick. He just popped on. Rob, you out there, bro?
Yeah, man, I am. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can. So just to say a little bit of Rob is an incredible guy. And he actually, because of this training, because of this, not only has he been able to be full-time online, but he actually, is it called an RV? I think it's an RV. But Rob's been traveling the world with his wife and kids in an RV because he has a business running for him. He has, remember when I talked about the sales process, the funnel, the ad, the capture pages, how all that's working in the background and you can do what you love. A perfect example of this is Rob. Like now he bought his dream RV. He's traveling around, and it's actually sick. He showed me pictures. He's traveling around. He does videos every day from his RV. He's running his business, and it's just incredible to see. So I'd love for you to share a little bit of testimony on your end, man.
Yeah, for sure. Well, Julian, thank you so much for having me out, man. And what's up, everybody? Yeah, my name is Rob, and I'm from kind of everywhere, USA right now. And so, yeah, I'm excited to be here. And yeah, you know, just a little while back, you know, things were totally different for us. I was working as an EMT inside the hospital, inside the ER. My wife was working actually as a preschool manager. And although at the time we were making pretty decent incomes, we had 0 time for each other. Plus, I didn't like the thought of working our entire lives while we missed out on time with our kids. You know, we have 2 kids now, a 4-year-old and an 18-month-old. And, you know, so I started looking around online, right? And I literally tried like everything out there. Like, you know, a lot of times we see amazing stories in this community from like people breaking through right away. But for me, it was a little bit different, right? I tried like Amazon, I tried like eBay, e-commerce, all these different things, trying to put the pieces together. And for me, like for a while, everything kind of seemed overcomplicated. We ended up actually over time having to file for bankruptcy because of all of our failed efforts. And it's a pretty rocky time in our past, but you know, we continued to move forward to keep pushing it. And I actually almost walked away from my entrepreneurial dream. I almost gave up, but I knew that there were people making money online, like some of the people on the panel here tonight. And I knew that there had to be a way to break free, to set my family free. And I knew that like if others were doing it, then I knew that the only variable left, the only thing that was missing was myself, right? So I dove in. I decided to change my mindset to one of gratitude and start learning how to provide value and start learning how to share my story in a compelling way. And I started looking around, right? And I found GAZ about a year ago from a mutual friend of Julian and myself. And I learned that from the outside looking in, I learned that there was like over 250 people that had walked away from their jobs. Like over 50 people were making 6 figures. Even a few had made like over $1 million. And like from the outside looking in, after being in the industry, I was like, holy crap, there's some like freaking miracles happening here, right? So I was literally down to like my last dollar. I remember like having to sell like a snowboard and like a bicycle and some of the last stuff because I literally had like nothing left to my name. But I like planted my flag and I was like, babe, this is gonna happen no matter what. Like every dollar we have, every like extra minute is going towards this until it starts happening, right? And so the first time I had a platform that taught me exactly what to do, how to put the pieces together from a community of rock stars that I could learn from. And I began acquiring like real lifelong skills, right? And but bigger than that, I started seeing the hearts of leaders like Julian and Jesse and some of the other people here tonight, and how they sincerely wanted to see people win, right? That was so huge to have a community that I could kind of lock arms with. And so yeah, last October, it's been about a year now that I dove in. Month 1, I was breaking even. And then month 2, I was like in the green, starting to see some profit. And then by month 3, it was like the beginning of this 2018 is when I went full-time online. This past March, I was able to, this past March, I was able to retire my wife. So she was able to quit her job. And then in April of this past year, we sold our house, and it had been our dream to travel full-time, at least for a little while the kids are still young. So we bought a brand new RV, bought a brand new truck. We've been to, I think it's been like 14 states now. Right now we're in Kansas City hanging out with my parents for Thanksgiving and stuff like that. And it's amazing, man. We're so grateful. So wake up every single day, so blessed. And yeah, this past June was our first 5-figure month. We've had a few since then. But the coolest thing is like now my best friends are in this community, right? Like we travel the world together. Like Jules and I, we've been all over the world together. Got to meet Jesse and some of these other people a couple of times now. And the coolest thing is like my people are also winning, right? Like some of our clients, some of our team members are also seeing their very first wins online. That's a big deal, right? You know, there's so many places where you can like maybe find something that works, but no one around you is winning. And that's a tough spot to be in for sure. So I want to just encourage you guys, like, it doesn't matter where you're coming from. It only matters like where you're going, right? And it's, for me, I had to kind of stop letting my past failures determine like my future successes. I could have been like, you know, I filed bankruptcy. I gave it a shot. You know, maybe it's just time I throw in the towel. But I want to encourage you guys, like, you are in the right spot for a reason. And every single one of us has a story to tell, and you have someone that you're going to inspire and help along the journey as well. And so my goal now is, and everybody on here, is to kind of help people create, you know, the best versions of themselves, where it's not just wealth, it's not just money, it's really helping people become like multidimensional and abundant in all areas of their life. And that's one of my favorite things about this community as well. So appreciate you all, and I can't wait to see some of the smiling faces coming in soon. And thank you, Jules, for having me out, man.
Thanks for sharing that, man. I agree with what you said. If you could just mute for a quick sec, I'm getting a little feedback, but I agree 100% with what you said. You know, it's all about being multidimensional. Like, we're big advocates on all areas of life: health, wealth, love, abundance, happiness. It's not just money, because you're going to hear from a guy right after Rob right now who had a 6-figure income, had everything, had the cars, had the house, had everything that, looking from the outside in, you know, has it made. But when you don't have time to spend the money, when you're not learning on how the mind works and what creates happiness and what doesn't, then what is all the money worth to you? So I love that you touched on that, Rob. I appreciate you for coming out. I love your story. And it's just, these are just examples of what's possible. This is 5 of hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of success stories. So appreciate you, man. So right before we close it out, I want to bring out one more person. You remember on the last slide, I said, look, I cannot guarantee that you're going to make $1 million with this information, like others have, you know, that have gone through this training, but I can guarantee that we will give you the training. We will put you on the right path to be able to do it for yourself. Because just like the gym membership, we can give you the best equipment. We can give you the best diet plan. We can give you the best workouts. We can give you the best everything. But if you don't put your head down, commit that you want to do this like Rob did, like Caitlin did, like Travis did, and like Jesse's about to share, then I wouldn't even recommend doing this. And go ahead, and if you're still watching this, go ahead and click the button below if you haven't joined yet, so we can get you started, so we can plug you into the Facebook group. You're going to see people like Rob. You're going to see Caitlin in there. You're going to see Travis. They're going to welcome you. It's going to be exciting. So I love it, man. So last but definitely not least, I want to bring out my boy Jesse to share his experience. Jesse is one of the most warm-hearted people I've ever met. I don't think, Jesse, I've met anybody that cares more about people than you. To be honest, I don't think so. Jesse has been able to not only set himself free from being, working in the oil field, trading his time for money, but he's one of the few students that have actually generated over $1 million in commissions in his pocket because of this training, because of this education. But not only that, because of Jesse, now Jesse is inspiring and helping people. And he's helped over 50 people, just directly people that work with Jesse. He's helped over 50 people quit their jobs and go full-time online because of this training. So Jesse, I'd love for you to share your experience before we close this out, brother.
Thanks, bro. It's always a pleasure to come out. I'm not going to touch on my story too much just because you've heard enough stories, and like my story is whatever. It doesn't matter. But I will tell you that I did come into this. I knew nothing about the online world. I knew nothing about sales. I knew nothing about really anything that we do. I didn't know what like any of the technological terms were. I didn't know anything. Just, I want to be super clear there and say that I knew nothing about anything. But I did have the willingness to learn it, and I was super coachable. And I looked at, I was sitting on a webinar just like this 2.5 years ago. I think it was Julian and Eric Carlson that were hosting it. And I think Jang popped out. And I looked at these three guys and I was like, dude, I can see myself standing on a stage with those guys. Like I could visualize it. And that's what I want to talk about today. I want to talk about a little bit of like creating a vision for what your future could look like if you were to make a decision today to get you closer to where you want to go. Basically, if I wouldn't have made that decision to change my path and change my life, I would still be working in the oil field in Alberta, Canada, freezing my butt off. It's like, well, it's not freezing out here today. It was a decent day today, but like I would have been freezing. I would have been busting my butt, working, trading my time for money, and just to kind of barely scrape by. Like Julian said, looking from the outside into my life, it probably looked like I had a decent life, considering I had, like, me and my wife, we had our house, we had our 2 kids, we had pretty decent looking vehicles. Like we had everything as far as society standards goes to call you successful, especially for the age that we were like 24, 25. So we had everything pretty much set up. But what people didn't see was that my finances were like in the total shits. They didn't see that I was struggling to put food on my kids' dinner table. They didn't see that I was barely making enough money to pay my bills because the economy started to crash and I lost a bunch of income. They didn't see all that stuff, but I held it together and I pushed through until one day I just drew a line in the sand and I was like, nope, this is not the way my life is going. This is not the way that Jesse Garnier is going down. This is like, I got to make a change. I'm the only one who can do it. I have a big vision. So my vision was that I'm into old school muscle cars. I now own my dream car, which is cool, paid cash for it, just to throw that out there. But I'm into old school muscle cars. I've always wanted to like own my own restoration shop. And that's kind of like where I see myself in my future life. Maybe not within the next 5-6 years, but after that, that's where I see myself. And that's where I've seen myself for like the last 10 years, is that's where I want to eventually get to with my life. The difference from now comparing to like 2.5 years ago was 2.5 years ago, I had no friggin' idea how I was going to do it because I was barely scraping by to pay my bills as it was. To start a business, any business, typical brick and mortar, whatever, takes like hundreds of thousands of dollars usually. I didn't have any savings. I didn't have a plan. I was working every hour that I had. I was missing out on time with my family. My kids were growing up. I missed all their first steps, their first Christmas, first birthdays. It just drove me nuts. Basically, it looked like my life was a dream to most people looking from the outside in, but it really was so far from it. So now that I've gotten into this, I have a vision and I have a plan and I have the ability to execute on it now. Since like I do have different goals and different visions that I have to accomplish first. like building this online business. And just to project a little, sorry, I'm going a little bit long here, but just to project a little bit into the future of what this can actually do for you. This isn't just something that you can come in and do something really big for yourself. You can help so many people. Like I've helped over 50 people quit their jobs. Over 20 of them, I believe, have made over 6 figures. Like I got another probably 350 that are on their way to doing it. Like it's absolutely insane what's happening. And then I also, on top of that, I'm building an actual, so like everyone you've kind of heard from is like traveling the world and doing their thing, which is great. And I want to do that too. But I've decided to plant my flag here where I am in Edmonton, Alberta for right now. And I'm building an office. I rented an office. I hired 3 full-time employees. And basically we're just putting our head down. We're creating something really cool so that like in 2-3 years from now, I can literally completely step out of it. And it's a well-oiled machine that just continues to run without me even being a part of it. So like right now, if I was to go and travel the world, I would still have to, like, I can do that, but I would still have to be in there day to day and just like checking on things and talking to a few people and making sure everything's running smoothly, which yes, only takes a couple hours a day maybe. But I'm getting to a point where I won't even have to do that. Like I'll just have this business and it'll just run because there'll be 15 employees that just like run around and do everything and make sure it's all good. And we're building a really good culture. And I want to like help those people raise their standards, raise their dreams. And like, we're just taking over everything that we ever wanted. And it's all just because we decided to we made the decision that from this moment forward, we accept nothing less than the best for ourselves and for our families. So that's where I'm at. I hope you guys enjoyed this webinar. I know Julian crushed it because he always does. And thanks, brother.
I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much for sharing that. You've stepped up as like a huge leader in the company. And Jesse, this was actually the guy that I brought out when I said that we do weekly calls for our community in our Facebook group. Jesse was actually who I brought out yesterday. He's done over $1 million in commissions. I think he's at like $1.2 million. And that is very not typical. It's not common for somebody to do that in their first 2 years of business. But Jesse isn't typical. As you can hear, he has big visions. He has big dreams because he applies this information. He reads the books that we recommend to expand your mind, to think differently. And because of that, he's been able to spend as much time with his family as he wants and do what he loves. So I appreciate you sharing that, bro. Love you. And I'm excited to see you at the next event, man.
Oh yeah, buddy. Love you too. I knew I'd make it on here with on the panel with you one day, bro.
Yes. This is one of many, many. Awesome, guys. So if, to close out, go ahead. If you're watching this, if you're watching the replay, there are spots still available for the training. If you're watching the replay, as long as this is up, as long as we're going to leave this up, spots are available. So go ahead right now, click the button below, put your name, last name, email, credit card information, sign up, grab your spot. We'll get you on a one-on-one call with the advisor. We'll have you go through the discovery process. Day started with the Facebook ads. You'll learn how to email your leads in the follow-up fundamentals. And like I said, there's a 14-day money-back guarantee if you so choose that this isn't for you. So there's really nothing to lose here. And and with that, love and appreciate you guys. We're going to end this. I was just going to go on another rant, but I think we're already an hour and a half in, 90 minutes in. So love and appreciate you guys. Looking forward to working with you. As soon as you click the link below and join, look out for an email. We're going to get you booked in for a call, get you in the Facebook group, and get you started with the training. So looking forward to chatting with you guys soon, and looking forward to introing you in the Facebook group. Take care, guys.